Let's start off with what DNA is. DNA is a chain of amino acids that make up the blueprints for our body. It's perhaps one of the most complex things known to man. Just like computers speak in binary 2 digits, zeros and ones, DNA, however, speaks using 4 digits. So computers can speak a total of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 or 16 possible combinations, while DNA can speak a total of 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 or 256 possible combinations. On top of that, DNA storage is far more physically compact than that of a computer. For example, my top-of-the-line computer storage weighs 86 grams, while 86 grams worth of DNA would hold over 250 million of my computer storages. Every biology textbook that I have researched for this project, between pages 350 and 450, a section usually titled The Origin of Life, tries to explain where this highly advanced code came from, using the Miller-Urey experiment and sometimes touching on the protocell. The experiment's goal was to create life in a lab. The result was a miserable failure. Walmart's most popular rat poison only uses less than 0.01% poison to end the life of an entire rat full of living cells. Miller produced a 99% toxic brew. Even if he would have made the amino acids in a non-toxic brew, which he didn't, and if 580,000 of them glued together in the exact order to form 482 genes needed for the world's simplest self-reproducing organism, Mycoplasma genocidium, which they didn't, and countless other amino acids gathered together to form the proteins needed for the machinery in walls, which they didn't, then it would die. This is because the world's simplest self-reproducing organism can't even survive without the host organism to feed off of. Amino acids must be chained in the correct order to form a protein. They can't arrange in perfect order, however, because amino acids don't tend to join together, but they rather tend to fall apart. And even if they did, one right-handed amino acid slipping into that chain would be lethal. It should be much easier for dead people to come back to life than for the simplest self-reproducing organism to emerge by chance. Dead cells have every component needed, all in the correct order. Why don't they evolve instead of degenerate? Evolution defies science and common sense. Evolution is not a natural process, it is a supernatural process, due to the fact it is not observable, testable, or repeatable. And about the protocell, results from a recent protocell experiment were published November 2013, and these quotes from what appears to be an evolutionist website summarize the whole matter. Quote, a working version of a protocell has not yet been achieved, end quote, but, quote, the cell-stack protocell is the closest approximation so far to the origin of life forms, which have the potential to evolve, end quote. So now this thing that doesn't even exist is the closest evolutionists have for evidence. I'm sorry, I can't debunk something that has not yet been created, and I'm not about to wait till it evolves. Actually, evolutionary thought has hindered DNA study by ignoring vital code that they didn't understand because they thought it was junk DNA left over from evolution. Evolution is a burden to science. Because of this, an atheist went as far as to sue the U.S. government for letting astronauts in Apollo 8, or more commonly known as the first orbit around the moon, read the Bible in space. The court replied, that area is out of our jurisdiction. If evolution is false and we had to be created, then who is that creator? I suggest none other than Jesus Christ to be that creator.